So with Nick, and we'll probably circle back around to this after, I just wanted to say, he told us about his condition. He is not colorblind, technically. Obviously, you want to know how this has impacted his life and experiences, and what he wants people to take away from this video. For this experiment, quote unquote, I'm going to be the control, and he's the guinea pig. So, first of all, again, with me, I had a tumor about a quarter the size of my brain removed back in March. And so, like, 20 or 30% was still in there, and then I got radiation zapped to it and a bunch of chemo. But it has not, my vision has improved since my optic nerve had swelled. The only thing they had to do was recently was just get me a new pair of glasses for, because my right eye, it was, see, when I had seen the people at Flom, it was like 20/30, but then he said my vision, it wasn't even that bad in that one. So it's been improving, and it has not impacted my color vision. That's fine and normal. But Nick, he has problems with blues and greens, and maybe purples too. So cooler colors. So the way I'm going to try to have this stabilized, controlled with the variables, I have a two, not palette, what do you call those things? Like swatches or something?
I think so.
Basically paint swatches, but just things I got online. One is of various greens or blue greens. And, fun fact with that one, if you just stare at one of those squares too, you'll start seeing, like, gray or black dots in the white areas. I forget what that is called. It actually said it on Luminosity, but that is an effect the eyes and the brain play. I wish I remembered more about why it does that, but it's interesting. And then the other thing is like a big color test thing. It'll be really hard for us to read the text, but I think I'll try to be able to make it out so Nick can just point and say, like, this one and this one. So what we're going to use to test are these three balls, whatever you want to call them, of yarn. They each have, 4 to 6 colors on them. And we're going to be sitting right next to each other in the same lighting and everything. Leslie just said hi. So we'll have those three and pick the colors we think most closely resemble them. Do it individually and see where we match up. And then these 4 circles from our shower curtain. Sorry, it's the word finding stuff. It's heartbreaking, because words are so important to me as a creator, writer, artist. But anyways, yeah, we'll be using the same phone with those like paint swatch things, so it's the same for us. And we'll see what we come up with, and then I'll do an art project of some sort inspired by, Nick's available palette, essentially. So, we'll do that, and we'll see what the results are. Wish us luck. Oh, and of course, play along, see what happens. So, we've already come across a couple of interesting variations here. First of all, there's what the eye sees versus on the phone versus what we see in person. I try to keep it, no, let's match the colors with what we actually see on the phone we're using for the curtain. Everything else was, live right in front of us. But yeah, for the curtain one, I just used the colors that were there. Now, the problem was two things actually. My phone was lit differently than Nick's. Like when mine was up to 35%, his was like at a quarter and it was already brighter than mine. So we got them as equal as we could. And then his is was more like pixelated with the text with the big like color test rainbow one, so we had to go on mine to see what the color different or see what the name was, and yeah, I saw a color difference with that too. So we got them as equal as we could with the lighting, and then with the yarn, which again we're gonna just have it live right in front of us with the lighting, pretty a light right there, and it's gonna be pretty similar. Um, but yeah, there's variations like that. Cause like if I went in the bathroom too, it's kind of a yellowish light too, and depending on which circle you're looking at, because this curtain is older, it might be a different color than the other one, especially the way the light hits it. So, those are variations we got, but ultimately Nick and I saw the same thing, is the point I want to bring across. That we had the same lighting in the picture and the same, here are our measurements, and I only checked my phone on the thing to see the actual name of it. So in that regard, we tried to control those variables as best we could.